said 30 minutes. I meant like 15. My time is all off. I have ADHD. Okay, guys. Well, we are back with the interesting thing that happened at Perfect Acres Inc. by Barbara Brooks Wallace. And let's keep going. This chapter is called Spectacles. Spectacles. The adventure in the zoo now seemed to have ended. But Perfecta felt she was no closer to discovering the secret of the old house than she had before. Y'all know how I feel about this secret thing. Like, girl, the secret probably is there ain't no secret, man. That you keep making it up. The zoo might as well have been another piece of it. But what good was that if she didn't know how to put it together with the other pieces? It was like putting together a jigsaw puzzle that had no pictures on it. For the moment, however, there was something more pressing than the secret puzzling her as they sat catching their breaths on the carpet, knees drawn up to their chins. Puck, where is Uncle Mai? Shouldn't he be back by now? Uncle Mai had said that he couldn't be there to help Puck in the places he had to go, but nothing had been said about disappearing forever. My question is this, and I wonder if anybody else is wondering it. Scott, are you wondering it? Y'all, are you wondering it? When people abandon other people, do they really say, I'm about to abandon you?
Usually.
Right. He's going to put away the cart and the ponies, Puck replied, slowly and carefully, as if trying to make himself believe it. But he's been gone for such a long time, Perfecta persisted. I know, said Puck. Perfecta hesitated, remembering the scene when Uncle Mai and Dickory had left. Do you think he's not coming back, Puck? He is coming back, said Puck ferociously. He promised. Cue the cognitive dissonance, honey, because, sir, and I don't know if anybody knows what that truly means. Cognitive dissonance is when what you think and believe inside does not reflect what's going on outside. So it's like me believing that the sky is purple, honey, or believing that the sky is orange or yellow or something that is not. And I could clearly look up, but I just want to keep believing what I want to believe. Okay. It's like believing water is concrete. Okay. He was silent for a moment, then added wistfully, you remember there's a third place we have to go. Perhaps, if everything goes right, he'll be back then with Dickory. Who gonna tell him? Y'all gonna tell him? Scott, you gonna tell him? The Uncle Mai ain't coming back, honey. He went out for a carton of cigarettes. He went out for a carton of milk. Uncle Mai ain't coming back, baby. Okay. CPS coming before Uncle Mai do. If everything goes right, and what if everything didn't go right? Would they never see Uncle Mai or Dickory again? Girl, it don't matter which way it go. He ain't coming back. And what about themselves? They had come precariously close to being discovered on their first and second adventures. What if this time they were found out by Mr. Snoot? Perfecta had no doubt now, of course, that Mr. Snoot was somehow tied to everything Puck had to do and might well appear again. What if everything suddenly went wrong and Mr. Snoot turned out to be not only a part of the secret of the whole old house, but a truly dangerous one? In the first and second adventures, they had the author in charge and the old monkey to put Mr. Snoot in his place. But who would help him or help them in the third if they needed help? Choose me, Scott. Y'all choose
You.
me. Point to me. Okay. Get a taser
Mm.
and or some mace. Okay. Puck seemed to swallow hard, as if he were a little frightened about the next place they had to go. Perfecta was also frightened and must have showed it. You don't have to come with me, Puck said suddenly. Girl, do not abandon this man. Oh my God, he already got abandoned by his uncle, child. Don't abandon him. I don't know if he could take any more, child. No, Perfecta thought she didn't. She could say that it was finally time for her to return home, but Puck needed her, and Puck was her friend. And hadn't he told her he was glad she was there? So, on the matter of going, if wasn't even a question. The only question was where. I don't know if anybody has ever watched the show called For My Man. I feel like this is how For My Man starts. It's like, hey, I got an idea. Let's go rob a bank. Well, he did tell me he loves me. And then there we go off robbing a bank and going to prison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Perfecta girl, you better be careful. I'm coming, Perfecta said simply. I'm glad, Puck said. The happy, relieved look on his face showed just how much he meant it. Okay, Puck. Without wasting another moment, he ran over to the strange little staircase that had only 3 steps going up and 3 steps down. What are you doing there? Perfecta asked. Going up, replied Puck. But those steps don't go anywhere, said Perfecta. And no sooner having said it, remembered the ladder that led to the sky and the wallpaper that led to a real zoo. Uncle Mike says that everywhere goes somewhere. I feel like that's true. Even if you get lost, I mean, you're going somewhere. You know, it might not be where you want to go, but so facts, period. Puck replied, setting a foot on the first step. Perfecta had no intention of letting Puck go off to anywhere that ended up somewhere and then having to go in searching for him. Perhaps she was convinced that the first 2 adventures each held a piece of the secret of the old house girl. Give it up. She hadn't the wildest idea how they all fit together. But wasn't it possible that the last adventure would hold the very piece or pieces that would finally make sense of all the rest? So how could she not go off with Puck? She was on his heels in an instant. It didn't take long to discover that the steps did more than just lead up 3 steps and right back down again. A lot more. Perfecta and Puck climbed up 3 steps, and then suddenly there were 4 and 5 and 6 and so on and so forth. When they reached the ceiling, it gave way like a soft cloud. The living room, meantime, grew further and further away. Then the light from the room began to fade. Didn't we have that same problem with It's a Super Scary Saturday Sleepover where he kept walking in the woods and the campfire began to fade? Y'all better be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all better be careful. And shout out, go check out that video, y'all. Anyway. And the higher they climbed, the darker it became around them. At last, they were almost in total darkness, and the living room had disappeared entirely. When it began to seem that the stairs would go on forever, a faint glow appeared ahead of them. The glow they found came through a tall, wide oak archway at the head of the stairs. But it came from something else as well. An enormous pair of wired flame spectacles hung over the archway. Yes, I got my spectacles on right now. Scott, put yours on. Y'all, get y'all spectacles out. It was the same pair of spectacles Perfecta had seen Uncle Mai and Puck lift from the small wagon and carry into the old house. Slowly, Puck and Perfecta walked through the archway into the room beyond. It certainly was a curious room. To begin with, it was huge, like a large empty barn or perhaps a theater with a balcony. the stage and all the seats missing. Ahead of them, the room stretched further than they could see, fading away into the shadows. But what made the room really remarkable was that every square inch of wall space was hung with spectacles of every possible size, ranging from ones that could fit an elephant if an elephant wore spectacles. Let's pause for the cause real quick. Okay, is anybody else wondering? Like, what happens when elephants' eyesight get bad? Like, or giraffes? Like, what do? With humans, I mean, we can go get, go down to Walmart, go to, my eye doctor and get some glasses. What do the animals do if their eyes bad?
You just gotta adapt and live with it. It's like they break a leg,
Oh. Glasses for the animals, period.
Okay. Maybe LASIK.
Oh, yeah. Animal LASIK. LASIK for the animals, period. Down through average people sizes and onto the tiniest doll size. And although no lamps were visible anywhere, all the spectacles reflected a strange light that bathed the whole room in an eerie glow. Perfecta shivered. It feels as if they're all staring at us. Do they have to stay? Or do we have to stay? Sorry. We didn't climb all these steps not to stay, replied Puck. But what are we supposed to do here? Asked Perfecta. She had no sooner said the words than directly to the left of them, a bright green letter appeared in one lens of a giant pair of spectacles. The letters read as followed: specs collected, specs corrected, specs inspected, specs selected. This way, please. What way? Asked Perfecta. We can't walk right into the wall. Do you suppose there's a secret door? A green arrow now appeared in the second lens, pointing down the room. Well, that answers the question, said Puck. They started walking through the room with the hundreds of pairs of spectacles all peering down on them. I feel like an insect, Perfecta whispered. Or do you feel like King David might be watching you? Because, I mean, okay, he might be the one. Check out that video, too.
Took that to a darker place.
Scott, this is a curio channel. It goes anywhere. Things go anywhere here, y'all. Under a microscope, added Puck. I know what you mean. Perfecta looked nervously back over her shoulder. The archway they had entered already seemed a long way behind. How far do you think we have to go? That looks like some kind of counter up ahead, Puck replied. Perhaps we'll find out more there. What looked like a counter was in fact just that, a counter in the shape of a great horseshoe. Okay. A thick layer of dust laid undisturbed across the whole counter. Cobwebs drifted down from the edges. It appeared that no one had come in a very long time to read the small sign on the countertop, which read, barely, betwixt, and between. Spectacles all sold and repaired. Loans available. Period. They got Klarna. They got buy now, pay later. Period. Please ring the bell and state your preference. Nor had anyone come in a long time to ring the small, dust-covered brass bell. Okay. Puck picked up the bell and shook it. The tiny jingle of the bell, ice clear as notes played on the ice glass, leapt from wall to wall in an echo that lasted until it finally disappeared somewhere at the far end of the room. But no one came to answer the call. Girl, if it's that dusty in there, like, do you think anybody's there, really? Like, Puck rang again, and still no one arrived at the counter. He shrugged helplessly. I wonder, what do we do now? You rang, but you didn't state your preference. Perhaps that's what you ought to do, suggested Perfecta. Puck scratched his ear. I don't know what our preference is. Pick any old one and see what happens, said Perfecta. Puck thought a moment, then rang the bell again. We're here to select some specs, he called out. I would have been like, we here looking for some LASIK for these elephants. The African sun has given them cataracts. Mhm, mhm. His voice and the sound of the tinkling bell had no sooner stopped echoing down the hall when they saw three men appearing to drift rather than walk from the shadows at the farthest end of the room. They were extraordinarily tall and thin, with the thinnest of heads, noses, and chins. They looked, in fact, more like crochet needles than persons. Okay, how little are their heads? Than persons, and made no sound at all as they walked, except for a faint crackling sound that came from their long, starched white cotton coats. Each man wore a badge with a name on it. They were Mr. Barely, Mr. Betwinks, and Mr. Between. Mr. Betwinks poked his chin or his thin head forward and peered at the two children. Ah, some friends at last, he said in a soft, whispering voice that whistled slightly through his teeth. I feel like it. And you say you have come for a fitting? I guess so, replied Puck. Ah, splendid, said Mr. Barely in the same whistling whisper voice. Nothing we like more than fittings for children, eh? Mr. Betwinks and Between nodded their heads and smiled, thin, knowing smiles. Now, said Mr. Betwinks, we shall be pleased to have you choose. But do be careful, added Mr. Between. I'm going to stop there.
Okay.
Okay, Scott. What did you learn from this?
Mhm.
Okay, you guys. Well, not what did you learn? What stood out to you the most in this half a chapter that I read? Because it's too long for us to keep going. Put it in the comment section, you guys. Scott, what stood out to you?
I'm just kind of wondering, doesn't Perfecta's parents ever like wonder where she is if she's ever coming home?
Well, she's supposed to be asleep. It's like 3:00 in the morning.
Ah.
Remember, she got up out the bed. Everybody was asleep.
A lot going on.
Yeah, she doing the most. Well, let me tell y'all what stood out to me. Cognitive dissonance. Look, if what you feel inside doesn't match what was outside, either you got to keep going or you got to figure out how to make it like kind of link up. Okay. So if you out here talking about I'm a millionaire, but you got $5 in your account, you might feel like a millionaire on the inside, but that bank account on the outside say no. So either you got to become a millionaire or just stay delusional. I mean, period. That's what I got. Because Puck was in denial about Uncle Ma coming back. Sir, he's not coming back. Okay. That's what stood out to me.
All right.
Okay. Well, Oreo Jr. after Sunday Fun Day School just needed to decompress. So he's not here right now. He just needs some time to like really take in what happened. So we're going to just end it here, guys. Oreo Jr. will be back next week. For more of the live. He got to decompress. Yeah, it was struggle bus. So with that, we're going to end this live. So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed your time with us. Of course, we enjoyed having you guys here with us. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, check out some other lives, check out some other shorts, some videos, all that fun stuff if you want to. And with that, from wherever we are, even if we walked up 3 stairs that ended up being more than 3, and we are having a little cognitive dissonance about somebody who ran to get some milk or a carton of cigarettes, to wherever you guys are, peace, love, and happiness. And we will see you guys next week for, of course, Fairy Tale Friday is a super scary Saturday sleepover and Sunday fun day school. And we'll probably end up finishing up this book. We don't have that much left. Yeah. So we'll see you then. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys, and we'll see you later.